Hi guys, my name is Vincent and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to just do a little introduction video. Basically, I just want to draw in my sketchbook and talk to you guys a little bit about myself. So, let me just find... Okay. So, I've had this channel for quite a few years now. I first made it when I was about 17, I think. And originally it was, well, I didn't really know where I was going with it. So there was a lot of random videos, stuff that was popular at the time, like tag videos and that kind of thing. And I did a lot of like makeup tutorials and hair tutorials and fashion videos and that kind of stuff because I do enjoy that kind of thing, but I realised quite quickly that I don't care enough to make videos about it. So I fell out of love quite quickly with making videos on YouTube because what I was making I didn't actually care about. But I've always really wanted to make YouTube videos. It's something that I watch all the time and I really love. So I decided I would revamp my channel. I've deleted all of my old videos and just restyled my channel, I guess, to something completely new. And I will now be making art videos. Hopefully I'll be making at least 3 per week is what I'm hoping. I might totally mess that up, we never know, but the goal is to make at least 3 videos per week. Really, I wanted to make an art channel because it is the thing that I care about most in life. It's so much fun and it's the one thing that really makes me happy. Like, as much as I do enjoy doing makeup and fashion and stuff, it didn't help with my body image, I guess. I'm not the most positive person when it comes to the way that I look, and constantly having to look at myself in different outfits and with different makeup on and just, you know, really having to care about the way that I looked and showing that to the world really didn't help with my obsessiveness of my appearance, which really I have grown to learn doesn't matter at all. All that really matters in life is that you are a good person and a nice person, which I know I am. I try very hard. Oh, that's not even that shape. There we go. Let's change that. I try very hard to be a good person and to be as kind to people as I can. I know in the past I haven't been the best, but now I am much nicer. So yeah, I wanted to just rebrand the channel. I want to make this something that I put a lot of effort into. Before, when I was making YouTube videos, it was, you know, I'd make one every few months or so, and I mean the last time I made a video was probably like over a year ago now, so it's been a long time. And I just wanted to get back into it, but with something that I actually care about rather than what I thought would get views and what I thought would be popular. I wanted to do something that I would enjoy. And I mean, I'm sure that would get more views than anything that I did before, simply because if I actually care about it, then I'm going to be putting more videos out there. I'm going to be putting more effort into the content that I'm making, all that kind of thing. It's a better idea to do stuff that you actually enjoy. I'm going to make this dude blue colours, or maybe some grey. Oh, making a mess. So I've got a lot of plans for this channel, really. A lot of ideas for different series that I can do, a lot of ideas for different types of tutorials that I could possibly do. I really want to do some more animations, because recently I did an animation, a stop motion animation for university, and I found it to be so much fun, so I'd really like to do more of that. And I'm happy to do any suggestions that come along that I think sound exciting. So if anyone out there has any ideas of what they would like to see from me, you're more than welcome to leave some suggestions. I also wanted to make this channel largely because I want to improve on my artwork. I know that I have some artistic talent, because I mean, it's the only thing that I've ever been able to do, and people always compliment me on stuff that I create. And I mean, I'm at university studying illustration, so I know that I'm not, you know, the worst artist in the world. I've clearly got some capability to be able to study it. But there is definitely many areas in which I can improve. Largely with drawing people, I've been avoiding drawing people for a long time now, just because I know that I'm not good at it, so I like to avoid it in a way to make myself feel better, because I don't have to look at bad art. And I think it's very important to make bad art so that you can learn from it, but for a long time I wanted to avoid that, because I mean, you want to make stuff that you're proud of, really, and I'm not proud of bad drawings, no one is, but you know what I mean. So I want to challenge myself here. I want to force myself to draw every day, which I have been doing recently, which was also a large part of why I thought I would be able to do this channel now, because, you know, if I am drawing every day, then I may as well document it in a video, and then I can look back in years' time and see how much I've developed, and change in techniques and what products I'm using and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I don't really know what kind of style I have when it comes to art. For a long time I stuck to using just black and white fine liner drawings, because when I was 17 I started taking art more seriously. It was after I left high school and I had dropped out of education. I went to sixth form for about 4 months, and then I realised that it completely wasn't for me, so I just dropped out, and I spent about 8 months at home doing nothing. And during that time I started drawing more and developing more skills, and it was then that I decided to go, well, I didn't decide, my dad forced me to go to college to study art and design, and yeah, so all of the personal stuff that I was doing during this time was all black and white fine liner drawings, very like tattoo style, I guess. Like, everyone who saw my work would tell me all the time that I should be a tattoo artist, which I don't want to be. I have no desire to be a tattoo artist, but that just gives you an idea of the kind of style that it was that I was working in. But I really want to get out of the habit of just using that all the time, because I know that I'm good at that, and I know that I'm capable of using that. So I want to learn some new things. I really want to start getting more colour in my images. I want to start drawing people and creatures and backgrounds. The majority of what I draw is just weird stuff and things like skulls and scissors and trying to think what else have I even drawn. Bugs I like to draw. one of my favourite drawings that I've done was a jar full of eyeballs, and it's just, you know, it's, as much as it was fun and I do like looking at those images, and I do feel like eventually, you know, I can make a colouring book with the images like that in them, it's not going to get me everything that I would like to do, and, you know, I'm going to end up limiting myself in the long run with what I can produce if I don't start learning to do other things. And I think, you know, learning to draw people and characters and backgrounds and all that kind of stuff is very important, especially if you are an illustrator, which I am studying at the moment. And, you know, if I ever want to illustrate a book or a front cover or something like that, I'm gonna need to know how to do it. And it's just silly that I've been putting it off for so long, but I mean, I'm finally starting now, so I can be proud of myself for that much. But yeah, this channel for me is largely to force myself to learn and to have more fun with what I'm doing, and I would also like to gain some kind of a following. That's a large part of artists' careers now. You know, you kind of have to be on social media. You need some kind of a platform to put your work out there for people to be able to see it. You know, when you are an artist, you need consumers, you need people to be looking at your work and buying your work, whether it's a book that you produce or a film that you've made or a t-shirt, whatever it is. You know, you need consumers. So I felt like if I made a YouTube channel, that would allow people to see my work. I mean, I have an Instagram, but I always forget to post on there, and honestly, I find Instagram quite boring. And I watch YouTube constantly, all the time, so it just made sense for me to put myself on here, because it is, as much as I know there's been a lot of issues recently with subscribers and issues with advertisements and stuff. Regardless of making money from YouTube, that is not my main goal. It is largely I want people to see my art, to be aware of it, and for me to learn new stuff, gain new skills, and just put myself out there, basically. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just sketching and rambling. So there's an anglerfish, and this is a drawing of a lady that I did on the bus the other day. The lady that was sat next to me on the bus looked over at my sketchbook, and she clearly wasn't very impressed because she got up and moved. Whatever. Some people just don't like nakedness, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Right, I'm bored of this now. I'm going to move to a different page. This is probably going to annoy some people, but when I work in my sketchbook, I never stay on one page for very long. I like to just jump to random pages and do something little on it. Sometimes I will do a full page, but the majority of the time it's just a page full of lots of random things, and I will just move between them because I don't like sticking to one thing for very long. I have a very short attention span, so that is how I deal with it. And I think too much if I work on one page for too long. If I let myself jump around and do stuff randomly, then I don't really think about what it is I'm doing, and I think that's a lot better for a sketchbook. You know, it just gets random ideas out of your head rather than you getting really caught up with thinking about what it is that you're doing, and then, you know, you won't end up happy with it, and you'll try too hard and all that jazz. This is just a cheapy kind of palette that I like to use in my sketchbook, because I don't like to use my really nice art supplies in my sketchbook, simply because they're expensive. And I do not have the kind of money to just be able to replace art supplies all the time. So I have my cheaper supplies that I like to use in my sketchbooks, and then my nicer supplies, which are still, you know, not the highest of quality of art supplies out there, but they're good in my eyes. I like them. So yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about in in the world of myself. I don't think I'm that interesting of a person, so I apologise if you agree and find me boring. I'm sure I will have a lot more to talk about in future videos, and I will talk more about my process in future videos. This is just, you know, it's a sketchbook. I don't like to think too much about what I'm doing, so I can't really explain what I'm doing if I'm not thinking about it. But yeah, so I have just finished my first year of university, which is why I figured it would probably be the best time to get on and start my YouTube channel, because I've got 4 months off, so I may as well get on and do something productive with that time. And my choice of productive thing to do is make videos. So hopefully it'll go well, and you guys will enjoy what I have to produce. Even if you don't, that's fine. But I do hope that you do. This is a bubble, by the way. It doesn't really look like one, but that's fine. Just a bit of fun. So yeah, ideas for other videos that I would like to do on this channel. Have I put any orange? No, let's put some orange. I have quite a few series that I would like to start. This being one of them, where I just draw in my sketchbook and just chat away at you guys, because I feel like this will basically become my new diary, and it'll just be a more creative way of doing it, because at the moment I just post random stuff on Facebook, which, you know, as much as it works, it's not productive, it's not creating anything, it's not helping me in any way. So doing it like this, I think, will help me, and I will also be able to address, you know, any topics that you guys would like me to talk about. If there is any topics about art or anything like that that you guys would want to hear, I'm more than happy to just chat away at you guys. So I do hope that you enjoy this. Other series that I have planned, I have created a prompt book for myself, obviously inspired by Casey Golden's channel. Her stuff is amazing, and her prompt videos, I just think they're so funny and so creative, so I felt like I had to do that for myself. But I didn't want to buy a prompt book, so I decided to make my own instead, putting in things that I know I wouldn't usually draw, so I tried to avoid writing anything in there that I would typically do. I put a lot more stuff like to do with people and landscapes and stuff that I've never drawn before, to force myself to get out of my comfort zone. So I will have that. I will most likely start that this weekend. And then, I mean, I'm not even sure what else I'd like to do. If any of you guys have any suggestions of art series, or even just singular videos, or tutorials, anything that you guys would like to see. I know that as of right now I have a very little following, but I know that quite a few of you guys who have me on Facebook have said to me that you like my art and that you would like to see more of it. So if you guys have any suggestions of specific things that you would like me to do on here, just leave a comment or message me on Facebook. You are more than welcome. But yeah, I'm hoping this will go well and that I'll actually stick to it and put out regular videos, rather than when I tried to make my channel before and I would put out videos every few months. I know that that's not a practical way to use YouTube, you know. No one is going to want to watch you if you only put out a video every now and again. Obviously I won't be posting daily videos. I'm not quite that dedicated or determined, but at least a few videos per week is what I'm aiming for, so we'll see. I don't really know what's going on here. What am I making? I need to add black. That's what's missing. I might do it with a pencil. How dry is that? Very wet. I'll do the background first. Where did I put? There it is. Clearly not paying any attention to what I'm doing. I do apologise if this is incredibly boring for you guys. I just wanted to put out something as an introduction because I didn't want to seem completely anonymous, I guess. I wanted to put some kind of something out there where I could just introduce myself and make you aware of basically just who I am and what I intend to do with this channel. I didn't really know how else to do it. I didn't really want to just do a video where it was me just sat there talking, because that sounds boring. And I wanted to have some way of making it more artsy and more interesting for you guys to watch. So I figured the best way to do that, seeing as I am turning this into an art channel, the best way to do it would be to just doodle away while I talk to you guys. I don't have the most interesting ideas when it comes to doodles, but I just do whatever I feel like. And this helps me develop ideas for other stuff as well, you know, looking back through your sketchbook and seeing stuff that you've just randomly scribbled down in there, or, you know, help generate new ideas. So, and I mean, a sketchbook never has to be perfect. That's not the point of a sketchbook at all. It's not for finished images, you know. I mean, sure, you can put them in there if that's what you want, but that is not their purpose. Their purpose is, I mean, it's in the name, it's a sketchbook. It's something to practice in, something to create ideas in, to just play around in and have fun with. And the more seriously you take it, the harder you're going to find it is to fill it, and you're going to be way too critical over the stuff that you put in there. I mean, sure, you can put stuff in there, and like, if you've done a drawing that you really, really hate, of course you can cover it over if you want to, you know. There's no one stopping you, it's your sketchbook. I've covered a couple things in this sketchbook already, because I just produced stuff that literally looked like I was in high school, like GCSE level artwork. So, I mean, this isn't great, but this is a bit of fun. But I'd done some pencil drawings that I just really didn't like, so I just stuck a photograph in there over the top. But yeah, I mean, embrace your mistakes and let yourself look at artwork that you've produced that isn't as good as your final stuff, and then it will make you realise just how great your final stuff is, and you know, how different a piece can be if it's something that you've just scribbled down as an idea and something that you've put hours and hours and hours into. You know, it's going to be very different. If there are any artists out there watching this that do not keep a sketchbook, I would highly advise that you do. I used to be the kind of person to not keep a sketchbook. I only really got into it, I mean, since I've been at university. I've been here since September, and I mean, I have done sketchbooks in the past, but they were a lot more finished, and I mean, it was basically my old art style, which was very clean and finished anyway. So with sketches and other stuff in my sketchbook, it was, you know, it wasn't really there as a proper sketchbook. It was more just a little book of teeny tiny finished drawings, and that's not helpful. You know, I'm not going to learn anything from just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, yes, it is perfecting a certain technique, which is great, but it's not developing and learning new skills, which is very, very important. If you are an artist, you know, you need to learn how to do lots of different stuff, because if you stick to the same thing for years and years, people are going to get bored of you, which, I mean, it sucks. But I mean, and you might even get bored of yourself. You know, you might be doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then you start thinking, I hate this style. Yeah, you might have loved it at one point, and it's what got you all of your followers, or what made people start paying attention to you, blah blah blah. You know, that's fine, but it's okay to do other stuff. You know, you're an artist, you're not limited by anything. I mean, other than your level of talent, but the more you do stuff, the more you'll improve, and you know, you're never going to improve without practice. If you're the kind of person who sits there and just does nothing and then gets confused as to why their artwork isn't developing, that's why. You know, you need to practice all the time. I mean, I only started drawing people about 2 weeks ago now. Before then, I was avoiding it like the plague. I just didn't want to do it. I hated it. I found it really frustrating because I couldn't find a way to do it in the style that I was working in and that I was sticking to. Like I said, the line work kind of tattoo style drawings. I couldn't work out a way to be able to draw people in that kind of style, and then I found it very frustrating, and then I didn't want to do it anymore because it didn't look right. And yeah, so I decided that I would just learn some new styles. I mean, it's very important to try new styles. You might have someone hire you for a job that wants you to work in a different style to what you normally work in, or, you know, when you are an illustrator or an artist or whatever it is you are, you have to be able to change what you do and have a variety of skills, and then you're more likely to get hired for lots of different types of jobs, because, you know, if you've got lots of skills out there, if you have a portfolio that has a wider range of skills in it, then, you know, you're going to be more appealing to anyone looking to hire. So just give it a go. Try new things. Don't be scared. It's okay to have a sketchbook full of really bad drawings. It's totally okay. What is happening? This doesn't look like a bubble. What is this? I don't know. At least I'm making myself laugh. I swear that's all I spend all of my time doing. Just making myself laugh. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. That's enough. I'm bored now of doing this anyway. I'm going to carry on doing other drawings. But there you go. There's your introduction to me as a human being and now a YouTuber, I suppose. So I hope this has given you some insight into who I am and what I intend to do here. And I hope you enjoyed watching me create some scribbly, fast, weird, definitely not accurate art. So if you would like, if you are in any way interested, please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment. Let me know how you are, who you are, what you do, whatever. Bye guys.